And it just struck me. I was like, oh shit, The Secret History was written with AI. And I can prove it right here because look, biggest manhunt in Vermont, MDAS, state troopers, and then the rule of three. And it's not this, it's that. So it struck me that Donna Tartt used AI to write The Secret History, which means she must be a time traveler and she traveled to the future and then back and then wrote this. And I'm joking. It's April Fool's. I'm being stupid. Of course, guys, I am just joking. It's an April Fool's joke. But this video is going to go on and I am touching on some subjects that are a little bit more serious, but you know, it's always in a fun and humoristic way. I'm not a serious person. And yeah, so basically the two things I want to talk about in this book is first is going to be kind of the writing routine that I've done over the past 2 months and how it's affected my writing. And then at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the books that I like and a little bit about AI and a little bit about how I feel that we should steal other authors' work through our own means, aka inspiration. So I touch a little bit on that. It's all lighthearted and yeah, so on to the video. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another update on my book. So basically I haven't been able to upload any YouTube videos because I've been super busy with writing. And today what I want to talk about is just a little bit where I am in my head and yeah, just kind of what's going through my head. So for one, I have been waking up at 5:30 a.m. almost every single morning, not weekends, of course. And there are days where I'll get really sleepy and sleep until 6. But yeah, you know, the point is I'm getting up at 5:30 a.m. and taking a shower, making a coffee, which I have right here. Delicious. And I should just note that is not 5:30 right now. It's actually 5:22 p.m. Funny coincidence. I didn't know that would happen. All this to say, so I get up at 5:30 a.m., make the coffee, take the shower, make the coffee, and then I start writing for about 2 hours. And near the end, I kind of get distracted because, you know, people in the house are waking up and blah, blah, blah. And so that's what I've been doing. And I just want to show you my Scrivener because the progress I have made, and we're just going to do like, I think I'll go by the months because in Scrivener, basically, I'll show you my screen just so you know what I'm talking about. Basically here, I'll move over here. Basically, we're able to see how much I've written each month. So this is since I've started writing my book. At this point, I'm being pretty inconsistent. We're in 120 words here, 700 words here, 1,574. Okay. Anyways, we start to see a pattern. So as it's going, you know, it's a little bit of progress every day. And all of a sudden, in 1 month, I jump up to 13K words. Then February, and also just a note, December, because of like the holiday season, I really didn't write a lot. And once again, I'm not sure what this minus 900 is. That might be like me deleting files and stuff like that. But anyways, come February, 21,000. At this point, I am like beyond ecstatic. I'm like, this is the most I've ever written in a month. Because this might be boring for you, but if you're also a new writer, it's good just to have someone show you what having a consistent writing schedule, like all those books you read with what's his face there that tells you always write at the same time. I was skeptical, but now I see it actually works. And I've only been writing for a year creatively, let's say. So I think I'm a very, very good person to base this off of. So let's go to February. I'm gonna have to clean up this video. I really just want to make it one take. It's very, like, I know I'm being pedantic, but I just want to make one video and I don't want to do any editing because I'm lazy, and every moment I spend doing this, I could be writing. But I digress. So it's all to show you that being consistent really makes a big difference. And that has been super effective for me. So that's what I want to show you guys on Scrivener. Now I want to talk a little bit about what is going on through my head. So the other thing that has been really integral to my writing is, yeah, being consistent, waking up at 5:30 in the morning or whatever time would be good for you and writing. But the other thing is having just a notebook full of notes. And this thing, it's funny. Whoops. It's funny because I just bring this everywhere I go, and I have different sections. And to be honest, this is like pretty bad how it is. I don't know if the camera is going to focus or not, but I have it like in different sections. So I have random notes and words, Glassthorn ideas, feedback, changes plus ads, random prose. And a lot of this stuff is not that important, but just the moment where I write down what I'm doing and I put it into the book is really, really helpful. Like I have, okay, so here's a funny one. So I go on dictionary.com and they'll have like these crazy words. I'm like, oh, that's a really good word. So I note it down. Cherub, an angel with wings. So I actually ended up using this word cherub. And those are, those little stone angels. Sometimes they're peeing. The other ones I didn't. There's a scene where my protagonist is walking through this, like a lord's court. And I wrote, there's cherubs and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it just gives you a really like a visual that's really nice. So there's cherubs. Then there's bomo, witty remark. Oh yeah, so that's funny because this is French and I'm French. So bomo is a witty remark. And to kind of connect these two dots, this video is a disaster, but whatever. It's April Fool's, so it's good. Doesn't matter. I'm currently rereading The Black Powder War, and there's so many good moments in this book where there's just like a little bit of French. And that's what I'm doing in my book, and it's super, super fun. If you haven't read the Temeraire series, they're really, really good. Which brings me to the main thing I want to talk about this video. So we live in the age of AI, the age of the Matrix, where computers are taking over our lives, and we must fight back. The power is in your hands. Just kidding. AI, people get mad. They're like, it's stealing, it's stealing. Why don't we steal as writers? It is such an effective way. And I say this a bit jokingly, but I 100% will take up a book and look at it and be like, I want to copy this person. I want to steal from this person. Not plagiarism, but inspiration. The difference between me and a computer is that I'm going to read this, and everything I've lived in my life, I'm going to connect to this one moment, and then I'm going to spit something out. Where the computer, I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming it just takes a random thing, puts it together, and there's no that kind of emotional progress through it. Not progress, that emotional depth through it. It's just kind of like, God, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. But I just feel like I'll read something and it's going to unlock a memory, which unlocks another one. And I'm like a quantum computer in my head. And everything and every little moment that has brought me to here in this moment in time in life, reading this word or this passage in a book is clicking. And that is something that only a human can experience. So I don't know why I was talking about this. You see, this is the problem being dyslexic and trying to make a video. It's just like all over the place. But all this to say, I have no clue what I was talking about. All this to say, it's going to be fine because I'm going to watch this back as like editor. I'm going to be like, God, what is wrong with me? So editing the video, I'm like, yeah, that guy sucks. Nephew, what do you think of it?
Junk.
This video is junk, right?
Yep.
What should people go watch instead?
My TikTok.
Yeah, your TikTok. Get out of here, you.
Hey,
All right, back to the video. The next part I want to talk about. Well, since we're on the subject of AI, I read The Secret History. I think it was a month ago or something, and it absolutely blew my mind. It is everything I could want in a story. It's got mystery. It's got really shitty characters, which I obviously really love. I think for me, because I'm one of those people who's like obsessed with trying to be like the good guy and like, always holding the door open for people and like kind of always like trying to do this. It's like to play a video game or to read a book about someone who's really shitty. For me, it like fulfills that part of my life that I don't really fulfill because I have a moral compass and I want to be shitty, but I'm like, it's not the right thing to do. Maybe I'm like crazy. Maybe I'm like some kind of like psychopath or something. But yeah, I really like reading stories about shitty people. It's a really, really satisfying thing to do. And then the last thing I want to do is the newest book of Andrzej Sapkowski, which is The Witcher: Crossroad of the Ravens. I read this. Actually, I think I read this last year. Or did I read it this year? I don't even remember. No, I think I read it last year. And just for the world building and the ambiance, that kind of grim dark. I also read The Devils, but that's upstairs next to my bed. When I read a book, I put next to my bed, and at the end of the year, I see all the books I read. So it's kind of like this little tower that slowly builds up. It's kind of like a little reward. But anyways, so all this to say is I want to take the books that I love the most, study them, figure out what were the things that made me really like these books, and what were the things that as a reader gave me those really small dopamine hits. And I want to take those things and then put them into my own book. Right now, my three big inspirations is The Witcher, Secret History, and any of the Temeraire books. They're three extremely different books, but they all do something really, really good. And I guess you could kind of say that Temeraire and The Witcher kind of have some similarities, but Temeraire is very much more historical feeling, and where The Witcher feels a lot more kind of like grim dark. It's very subtle, but there's an obvious difference. So just to wrap everything up, this video has been one hell of an edit. This has been just a crazy rant on my part. Stereotypical ADHD, dyslexia. I mean, I mentioned it in the video. But yeah, all this to say, so I just wanted to finalize by saying that my manuscript as of now is around 117K, so 117,000 words. It's almost 18,000 words. And yeah, so it just feels really, really good. And if you're a new writer and you feel like you're struggling to be consistent, find yourself a write-in schedule and stick to it, because I don't know how to emphasize this. I just made like a 10-minute video, 20-30 minutes of editing, and I'm just trying to drill this in that like these YouTubers who make these videos about, oh, stay consistent, dude, blah blah blah, they are not lying. It actually works. Like you really, really just stick to it. Like my 5:30 a.m. wake ups to go write, I look forward to Monday mornings because I know I'm waking up at 5:30 in the morning to go write. Who is excited for Monday morning? This guy. It's stupid. It works. Just do it. That's it. That's all. Happy April Fools for you. Those of you who did pranks. I did pranks all day on everybody I know. Lots of fun. So yeah, that's thank you for coming to my talk. Ciao.